Star Wars, the only story that can somehow have Ian McDiarmid play an old man in the 80s, an old man in the 90s, an old man in the noughties, and an old man in the 2010s. But if we shift the perspective away from Luke and, well, Guardians of the Galaxy... But if we shift the perspective away from the overly optimistic Luke and instead focus on the forever old man himself, Emperor Palpatine, it becomes a story of ruling the galaxy with your favourite apprentice, only for him to turn coat because he discovered he had a child that he ran out on because he was busy doing unspeakable things to children, and you end up electrocuting yourself again. But to imagine that, let me just put you in his fancy black robe. So imagine for a minute that you are Sheev Palpatine, Emperor of the Galaxy. Darth Sidious, the man who single-handedly managed to convince the living embodiment of the Force, the chosen one by definition, to throw away years of tradition, do unspeakable horrors to Padawans, all because he had some daddy issues that you could exploit. Now, are you his dad? Probably. Probably not. But rumours are good. You like rumours. A convoluted, confusing story that makes no sense is exactly what gets you up in the morning. And the rumour mill is the best way to grind down your opposition, even if him being your son would be the most creatively bankrupt way to tell this story. Now, you have ruled this galaxy for a few years. You kept a small amount of democracy intact, purely as like a small gesture of goodwill and, you know, just to give people a sort of like thing where they think, oh yeah, we're still voting on stuff and there's still a Senate, so there's still like a republic. We still have like a sort of democracy, but no, the system is completely rigged. Completely. Imagine your surprise one day when some princess of Alderaan, she's from like a quaint little planet that absolutely needs to sit down and shut the fuck up. But not before you tell that Senate to also fuck off too. And finally, the last vestiges of the Republic has been expunged, and you are ready to destroy everything.
The last remnants of the old Republic have been swept away.
So now you've basically set up this whole like feudal system, rather than it being like a sort of monarchy with like republic there. It's now, yeah, it's feudal.
How will the Emperor maintain control without the bureaucracy?
The regional governors now have direct control over their territories.
It's feudal lord system with like regional managers that all report to you.
This is the worst!
Either way, now you have no one in your way, so you can just start blasting the living fuck out of everyone and anything with absolute impunity. And you've already given the go-ahead for Tarkin to blow up Alderaan, because, you know, that would be one less enormous pain in the ass to take care of.
I think it is time we demonstrated the full power of this station. Set your course for Alderaan.
But this is all because the princess, and by extension the rebels, have got the plans to the Death Star, which the Death Star is a bit like your rich person fancy yacht, but where sometimes they cost billions of dollars, yours cost literally star systems of dollars.
If the rebels have obtained a complete technical readout of this station, they might find a weakness and exploit it.
But anyway, these rebels, they stole your plans, your Jim Jams are a little bit rustled, and so you want to set an example to the rebels. And you were expecting a lot of things from blowing up Alderaan. I mean, it was a tasty little treat to whet your appetite for the oncoming destruction of the universe. You even got another location to work with, Dantooine. It's crazy how all of this works out for you.
Where is the rebel base?
Dantooine.
But what you were not expecting, in any capacity, was the princess escaping. Apparently, Obi-Wan Kenobi snuck on board, but didn't have the courtesy to drop in and say hello.
Hello there.
Obi-Wan is here. The Force is with him.
And then, when you had found the rebel base, in sincerity, for there to be such resistance. In fact, watching the whole thing go down, you're feeling a bit puckered in fear, in all honesty. But then, when you thought your day could not actually get any worse, they somehow managed to blow up the Death Star. Something pretty much everyone thought was basically impossible. Now, if you don't want your Death Star's ultimate weaknesses falling into the wrong hands, or just generally want to stay safe online like a normal person, this actually matters, like today's sponsor, CyberGhost VPN. The truth is that whenever you're online, especially on public Wi-Fi, your data can be exposed. Your internet provider, networks, even random third parties can potentially track what you're doing. And that's where CyberGhost VPN comes in. It encrypts your connection, hides your IP address, so your activity stays private. And with its strict no-logs policy, not even CyberGhost knows what you're doing. Very handy. But it's not just about security, you can also connect through to 100 plus countries and unlock content from 40 streaming platforms like Netflix or Prime Video, from anywhere in the world. So whether you're traveling or stuck with a limited catalogue, you can access all the content you could possibly desire, which also works on all major devices, and you can protect up to 7 of them at the same time. So your phone, laptop, everything is safe and covered. CyberGhost does have 38 million users worldwide and an excellent Trustpilot rating, so it's definitely one of the most trusted VPNs out there, and right now you can get it for about $2 a month plus 4 months free with a 45-day money-back guarantee. So there's literally no risk trying it out. So yeah, you can keep on pretending to be the villain, just don't be careless with your data. And check the link in the description of the pinned comment to get started. Like imagine for a second, someone is being chased by Vader, the greatest pilot in the galaxy, who is going down the trench of your Death Star, avoiding all of the fighters, all of the turrets, and then the moment, oh, he's force sensitive, isn't he? Oh, fuck. And you spent so many years chasing down these force-sensitive fuckers, and now there's one who can do that, just sniffing your rectum, essentially. He's like right there up your ass. You didn't even notice it. But it gets worse. It gets so much worse, because not only is this little fucker a force-sensitive person, he's actually the son of Anakin. Great. Brilliant. Padme actually gave birth to something awesome, and it was stashed away so even you couldn't find it. And you do question how Darth Vader will react. Either way, now you have to do this the old-fashioned way, which is ground invasions with AT-ATs and walkers. In fact, like, you find a completely new rebel base on some ice planet. Oh.
That's it. The rebels are there.
But hey, guess what? When you're fighting them, they absolutely destroy your AT-ATs with a few ropes. This is why your Death Star was destroyed, wasn't it? This is why they were destroyed, because there's no reasonable explanation for why you would have walking creatures on an empty ice planet like that. Who overlooked this? Who invented these fucking things anyway? How could they overlook such an obvious design flaw? Makes sense in the jungle, but not really. There's still trees and did just like little tracks on the side just not work or something? Like everyone knows the tank design is brilliant, but you do actually kind of beat the base at Hoth. But of course the rebels are a lot like cockroaches. They manage to scatter. You are a bit concerned because old mate Vader over there is a bit of a one-track mind kind of guy at the best of times, and now he's absolutely hell-bent on taking down Luke. So naturally you decide a bit of FaceTime is in order. Now this is like sort of to gauge his loyalty. You kind of have to see where he's at, because like Vader, he was just doing this all out of love, you know, to stop Padme from dying. And you don't admit it, but you're actually kind of quaking in your booties right now, because like the dark side is, you know, the dark side is built around fear, so you kind of do need to quake in your booties a little bit, otherwise it kind of makes no sense, right? But also because he could easily be swayed by love, because that's all he's ever wanted is to love, and now he can like transplant his father issues onto his son and just cause you a whole mess of problems. Is he saying this out of sentimentality, or because he wants to get an apprentice for himself, which, you know, is the implicit death of you? Yes, you have sort of broken the rule of two like a million times, you know, like with Dooku and Maul and Anakin. But that's because, you know, you're the big cheese. If Vader wants to get an apprentice, it means that you have to die. You're kind of okay with this to an extent. It is the Sith way, but Vader has to earn it, and so there we go. Oh, thank God, he's got the right idea. Panic over? Now you can go back to doing what's really important. Building another fucking Death Star while Vader goes off and, you know, hunts down these other rebels and Lando Calrissian or whatever his goddamn name is. But this time you're going to build this Death Star without such an obvious weakness. Or if you do have a weakness, you are going to leak it to the rebels yourself, so that way they have the wrong idea. Why do architects always think about aesthetics first? Yes, a super cool moon base is awesome, but not when it has such a significant weakness like an exhaust. Just put something in the way. Where was the risk assessment, guys? What are you paying these people for? We're talking about something that literally costs the GDP of 1,000 planets, and somehow people overlook that. Yeah, so it turns out Vader had this whole like ambush set up for Luke, and wouldn't you know it, Luke got away. That's what happened, is it? A guy who's been a Jedi for all but 30 seconds escapes the supposed strongest Sith or Force being that has ever lived, a Force being that has been a Force being for, you know, all of its life pretty much, and he escaped from said Force user who also happens to be the other guy's father. Yep, makes sense, totally makes sense. You know, you had just been getting your fancy new Death Star up and running, and it's been taking a while, but now you have to give orders instead of building your fancy death machine.
Go out to the command ship and await my orders. Yes, my master.
What are you, a general? You're an emperor. You don't actually give orders unless you have to. That's what the generals are for. But whatever, they need your absolutely magnificent brain to come to the rescue and give them the orders that they desperately crave, because everyone is sucking off the teat of the emperor all day, every day. It is hard being the greatest being that's ever lived. Yes, you might have electrocuted yourself, and now you look like a shriveled nutsack, but that is just what it is. You know, what you lack in looks, now you more than make up for, and just being you, because we are personality positive.
I told you to remain on the command ship.
But that doesn't even last very long, does it? He's already crawling up your ass for another order. Seriously, when you took Anakin in, you thought he was just some genius and hell-bent on just doing shit. Like you just point and shoot. But what is this?
A small rebel force has penetrated the shield and landed on Endor.
Why is he asking you? Why is he coming to you with all this uncertainty and doubt, as if you don't already know what's going on at all times anyway?
My son is with them.
Oh, okay, you kind of didn't see that one coming necessarily, kind of, probably a little bit, but you also kind of did, and he's now calling it his son. And his son is now sneaking onto the planet. It's kind of cute. This is great. You have Luke exactly where you want him, on the planet Endor. I mean, what the fuck are they gonna do? Join force with the natives and destroy your armada with sticks and stones? Come on, let's be real now. Still, one thing that does worry you is Vader. He's probably eyeing your throne a little bit. The last time you saw him this indecisive was when you turned him to the dark side, and it's happening again. The only logical conclusion to come to is that he's thinking of turning on you now, and secretly wants your permission, which is really fucked up.
He will come to me.
I have foreseen it.
That'll get his attention.
His compassion for you will be his undoing.
But actually what you're saying here is, Vader's compassion for Luke will be his undoing as well. Duh. But yeah, Vader actually turns over Luke, which is cool, but he actually does it with the intention of you being Luke's master, not Vader.
The Emperor will show you the true nature of the Force.
Which means that you'd actually have to kill... Wait, he wants to sacrifice himself... Wait, what? Wait, whatever, doesn't matter. Yes, you didn't really foresee that. You will have to kill Vader, rule of two and all that. I mean, you could still break it, but you know what I mean. You like Vader. He's a nice guy. He's a little bit less fun since he got a bit cooked. He's a bit serious, but man, he was good at ruling the galaxy. He did listen to orders of, just regular people for the most part, at least Tarkin. But now you can at least trade him in for a prettier model with possibly equal strength.
Welcome, young Skywalker.
But of course you opt for the dramatic reveal. It's just how it is, You have to set the tone, make Luke go, ooh, look how powerful and strong this guy is. That way he can overlook how utterly frightening it is to look at the face of a testicle. And you throw down some little cheeky master quips.
In time you will call me master.
You're gravely mistaken.
But the young lad does have some spunk in him. He thinks he can deny you, as if you have not been literally manipulating and gaslighting people for decades. Converting one measly Jedi is tantamount to shooting fish in a barrel. Plus, you have clones or something. Like you're gonna be doing this to your you're gonna be doing this to your probably 900.
His lightsaber.
Ah, yes, a Jedi's weapon.
And he's come in here with a lightsaber. Really? And it's a green one. This guy is masquerading as a Jedi Master, a Force genius, to top it all off. Like, not even Anakin was as arrogant as to assume the role of the Green. Crazy.
Soon I'll be dead, and you with me.
For this little cheeky shit, he's coming at you hard and fast, so you have to be on your toes with what you can come back with. But this is what you love. This is a little game of cat and mouse, a bit of cheeky banter to make the inevitable more palatable. But my god, he's an arrogant little sod, which means he will be an excellent Sith. So when you tell him the Rebel fleet is there, and the fact that he's probably ignored some warnings of it being a trap,
It's a trap!
you feel the ripple of uncertainty within him.
Your overconfidence is your weakness.
Your faith in your friends is yours.
He is quick though, but you are quicker. You would make Winston Churchill look slow, but he still has you beat on using famines. Goddamn Bengal famine. Anyway, you do opt for more monologuing for some reason, because like every other big galactic bad guy that has ever existed, you can't resist it. No one can. He's not really talking, so you kind of feel obligated to talk and like defend yourself, because he's quiet. You need to fill the space. You feel awkward without it. It's a bit weird. God, why are you so insecure for a Sith Lord? Still, you tell him you have plans within plans within plans, and there's nothing he can do.
Everything that a has transpired has done so according to my design.
This is the day the rebels die, because you are the big cheese, you are the big boss, you are the greatest mind, the greatest warrior that has ever lived. You can't beat someone who knows how you think. Wait, if Vader is your son, and as unlikely and as ridiculously and as creatively bankrupt as that is, then Luke is your grandson by extension. This is kind of like a good old family cookout, watching the embers of the Rebel Alliance and have a few s'mores over its charred remains. Good thing we won't have to do that for 40 years later with a granddaughter, right? Right?
You want this?
He's so obvious it's painful. You didn't even need the Force for that one, but you opt for some more cheeky gaslighting. See, where the Jedi fear death and fear losing control, you actually know you were always destined to die. And realistically, you do kind of want a worthy successor. If he kills you, and especially if he kills you in anger, he becomes a Sith Lord, and there's nothing he can do about it.
Like your father, I know mine. Now witness the power.
Oh, did they think because the Death Star wasn't working, because it's like half a moon? Oh, silly rebels. Whoopsies. Was that a little bit of a cheeky slip of information? Oh, no. Maybe if they were operating with actual intelligence rather than leaked garbage, they might actually have a chance at beating you.
Strike me down.
But why isn't he doing it? Like, why hasn't he killed you yet? The greater good demands it of him. Like, it has to. Killing you is a simple calculus. Your death would save all of the lives in the universe, pretty much. Or at least, like, the lives of a few planets. Finally, good God, thank God your puppy is such a good little doggo, honestly. Oh, that could have ended badly for you. But now you know Luke is ready for the taking. I mean, he's good, he's definitely good. He's not just more powerful, he's more athletic. He can jump around like a little flea. And he's got Vader sort of, not on the back foot, but he's given it a good go. Might be a bit of a Mary Sue. He's been a Jedi for like a blink of an eye, and he can 1v1 one of the greatest duelists in all of history. Fair enough. Granted, technically, Vader is a quad amputee, but we're going to overlook that one. But yeah, he does have the moves. He's so nimble. Fuck Vader. Fuck. Vader is old. You want his son. But either way, like, you know, even if you don't get Vader, like, either he kills Vader and you get the greatest being that's ever lived, or you watch Vader kill his own child, which for you is just hilarious, apparently. And he did it. The boy won. And with seriously angry-looking strikes. Did Vader let him win? Maybe? But for some reason, beyond any semblance of intelligence, you decide to inject yourself into this heartfelt moment.
Take your father's place at my side.
Never.
He probably would have done it too if you hadn't have fucking said anything. For someone who's so smart, so devious, so cunning, you screwed the pooch here, didn't you?
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
So be it, Jedi.
Well, it's time for the old ace in the hole. You bet Obi-Wan didn't teach him this little trick. Wait, what? Oh, and you're electrocuting yourself again. God damn it, the scar's just healed. But at least you're dead this time, like, you're really dead. You'll never come back ever again, because this is real death.
It confirms the worst. Somehow Palpatine returned.
For fuck's sake. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video, subscribe, and all that good stuff. It's the easiest way to support the channel. Big thanks to all of my members. The support means everything to me, guys. Thank you so much. So, big thank you to CyberGhost VPN for sponsoring this video. If you want to stay protected online and unlock more content, check out the link in the description. And you'll get 4 months free and a 45-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it out risk-free.